Okay, and this next thing we're going to go over is systems of equations. Okay, I'll go over 7 examples, and then there'll be an assignment. If you don't feel confident on assignment, you can just keep watching the video. So example 1, you got 2x plus 2y equals 38, and then y is equal to x plus 3. Now remember, your job is to solve for x and y. First off, see if you have a letter that's all by itself. You do the y. So box it, circle the other side. That's known as your base. Okay, the y is. Now write the other equation off to the side. Okay, so I take the y out. So I always take the base out, cross it out, and above it put the x plus 3. Now rewrite the equation, because now you have 2x plus 2 parentheses x plus 3 equals 38. Now we can solve for x, okay? So we distribute 2 times 1x is 2x, and 2 times 3 is 6. Now cross that out, and then we got to add that 2x that was in front. Now make a V and write the word add, because they're on the same side of the equals. So 2x plus 2x is 4x plus 6 equals 38. Now I just need to subtract 6. So 4x equals 32, and I divide by 4, and x equals 8. Okay. Okay, now to find the y, use the equation where the y is by itself. Y is equal to x plus 3. So cross that x out, because we know that's 8. And then 8 plus 3 is 11. There's your answer. Okay, example 2. You have y equals 2x plus 3, and then 3x minus 2y equals 5. Okay, so the y is by itself, so that's my base, and then this is what it equals, so write the other equation, 3x. If you have a minus on the 2, make it plus negative 2y equals 5. Now, parenthesize your base. Again, it's y, so I parenthesize it, cross it out, and I put 2x plus 3. So you have 3x plus negative 2, and then the parentheses, and I replace the y with 2x plus 3. Okay, so do your distribution. So negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Then add the 3x from the front. So you're equal to 5. Now again, those x's are on the same side, so you need to just add them. You just go negative 4 plus 3. That's negative 1. So negative 1x plus negative 6. Then we add the 6 to get 11. Divide by negative 1, and x equals negative 11. Now to find the y, use the equation where the y is by itself. So y equals 2x plus 3. So get rid of the x and put negative 11. So y, and put a times between the 2 and the negative 11. So to figure out what the y is, we need to take 2 times negative 11 plus 3. Negative 19. Okay. Example 3. 6x plus 5y equals 39. 3x plus 5y equals 27. Now, we don't have a letter by itself, so when you don't have that base variable, you have to use a different technique. It's called elimination. What you just used on the first two is substitution. You underline it, make a little sign, and write plus or minus. Either the x's or the y's have to become 0. Okay. Now if I add 6 plus 3 is 9, 5 plus 5 is 10, so the plus won't work. Now minus them. Take 6 minus 3, that's 3. 5 minus 5, 0. Good. So I'm going to circle the minus, and those can eliminate. Now remember, you're minusing 6 minus 3, that's 3x. 39 minus 27 is 12. And then you can divide and you get 4. So 4 is x. Now to find the y, use when doing this method, to find the second variable, use the very first equation. 6x plus 5y equals 39. Now we know our x is 4, so get rid of the x and put 4. And it's 6 times 4. So 6 times 4 is put the 5y first, and then take your 6 times 4, that's 24. And then minus 24, that gives you 15. Then divide by 5, and y equals 3. So 4 and 3. Okay, example 4. We got 5x minus 9y equals negative 43, and then 3x plus 8y equals 68. Put plus minus. Okay. Now if I add, that's 8. If I take negative 9 plus 8, that's negative 1, so plus is out. Okay. Now minus 5 minus 3 is 2. Negative 9 minus 8, positive 8. Okay, so neither one of those work. So what you do is you go times, you have a 3 here, you're going to times by 3. Put it times, you have a 5 here, so times by 5. So I times the rest of this by 3 on top and the rest of it by 5 on the bottom, then I go over here. So 3 times 5x is 15x. 9 times 3 is 27y, keep the minus, it's a negative. And then negative 43 times 3 is negative 129. In the bottom you're going to have 15x. 8 times 5 is 40y. And 68 times 5 gives us 340. Now try the plus minus again. I guarantee you one of them works when you do that. So let's try the plus. 15 plus 15 is 30. Negative 27 plus, remember you're trying to get 0. So neither one of them are 0 when you plus. Now minus. 15 minus 15 is 0. Okay, so we want a minus. So I take negative 27, then hit the minus button, 40. Negative 67y. Then I take negative 129, always the top, start with the top, and then minus 340. Negative 469. Here, I forgot to put the coordinate. Now I divide both by negative 67, and I've got my answer for y. Okay, I got 7. So y is 7. Okay, now to find the x, use your very first equation. 5x minus 9y equals negative 43. Now put your answer for y right there. And you got to take negative 9 times 7. Put your 5x. That's negative 63. So plus negative 63. And then I add 63. Negative 43 plus 63 is 20, and then 5x. So divide by 5, and x equals 4. So 4, 7. Okay, example 5, story problems. At a football game, a student ticket costs $3. Adult tickets cost $5. The school sold 700 tickets. They made a total of $3,078. How many adult tickets, how many student tickets were sold? So down here, this is your answer. Adult tickets, student tickets. Now you notice here I have 3 things in bold. The adult, student tickets, adult tickets, and the dollars. Okay. So what I need to do then is, make my table. It's a 9-box table. Okay. So you got together, and then you have student tickets, adult tickets, and then how many per and total. Okay. So dollars. Okay, so your total is $3,078. You know that. Okay. Now what else do we have? Now what do you know about how many? Find me the number that doesn't have a dollar label. It's 700. Okay, so 700 tickets together. It doesn't say it's students, adults, so it's together. When you know the together but you don't know the separate, you put X and Y. Okay, and then scribble that out. Okay. Then the student tickets cost $3 and the adult tickets cost $5. So X times 3 is 3X, Y times 5 is 5Y. And then you have two equations, so make kind of a cross down here so you can write the two equations. Because you have X plus Y equals 700, and you have 3X plus 5Y equals 3,078. Now you're going to need to do the plus minus thing, okay? If you add those, that's not 0, neither one of them. And if you subtract them, it's not 0, so you got to do the times. So you're going to times 3 and then 1. Okay. So that gives us 3x plus 3y equals 2,100. Then the bottom, you're going to have 3x plus 5y equals 3,078. Okay, do the little plus minus, okay? If you add them, it's not going to work, so you're going to want to minus them because 3 minus 3 is 0, okay? And then I go 3 minus 5, which is negative 2y. And I go 2,100 minus 3,078, that's negative 978. So then I divide by negative 2. Negative 978 divided by negative 2 is 489. Okay, so the Y, the adult, you got 489. Okay, now the student tickets, use the first equation, 1x plus 1y equals 700, and y is 489, so let's get rid of the y and put 489, 1 times 489. So that's 489 plus 1x. Then I minus 489, and that's 211, so 1x equals 211. Get rid of your 1, you have 211. You can divide by 1, but it's still the same thing, so those are your two answers. Okay, example 6. Hardcover books cost $3.50 more than paperback books. $198 was collected from selling 20 hardcover books and 12 paperback books. Find how much each type of book costs. You got paperback and hardcover. Okay, so that's 3 units. So you got together, and you've got, oops, I should have put paperback in bold, I forgot that. Okay, so we got hardcover, paperback, and then how many per and total. Okay, so we got $198 as your total. Now this is a little bit different. Actually, it doesn't take as long. Now, find me your non-money numbers, numbers without money. You got 20 hardcover, you got 12 paperback, and you'll add those together, and it's 32. Now, the only thing you know that's left is that there's a $350 more. Hardcover costs $350 more, so with more you put plus 3.50. Okay, more than means plus. Then you put X with it, and you just put X solo right there. Then you take 12 times X is 12X. Now over here you put that in parentheses and you make a couple rainbows with times signs. You got to take 20 times X, which is 20X. Then 20 times 350 is 70. So here's your equation. You have 20X plus 70 plus 12X equals 198. Okay, and you're going to add your x's, that's 32x plus 70 equals 198. Then you minus 70, and 32x is equal to 128. And then I divide both sides by 32, and that gives me my answer for x. X is 4. So in the middle row, cross out both your x's and put 4. So the paperback, those cost $4. In the hardcover books, we take 4 plus 3.50, and that's 7.50. Okay, example 7. Angie and Kenny play online video games. Angie buys 1 software package and 3 months of gameplay. She pays a total of $65. Kenny buys 1 software package and 2 months of gameplay. He pays a total of $50. Find the cost of a single software package and the cost of a single month of gameplay. So, software packages equals gameplay. Okay, so set up your 3 units. So you have together, you have your software packages and gameplay. And then how many per and total. Put your money signs above total and per, not up here though. Now there's 2 totals here because you have Angie that's equals $65, but then there's Kenny that equals 50, so I put those in the same box. Alright, now find me numbers that aren't money. Well, I got 1 software package, I got 3 months of gameplay, but then I have 1 software package again. See, if I have 2 things here, every box needs 2 things, okay? And then 2 months of gameplay. So add, you get 4, add these, you get 3. Now you don't have any other numbers, you put them all on the table. 65 and 50 we did the 1, 3, 1, and 2. So all I can put here is x's and y's. So it's going to be 1x, 1x, and 3y, and 2y. Okay, so here's my 2 equations. We have 1x plus 3y equals 65, then 1x plus 2y equals 50. Okay, do the plus minus. Plus won't work, that's 2, that's 5. Minus will work because 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so what's 3 minus 2? 1y. 65 minus 50 is 15. So divide by 1 and you get 15. So you don't have to multiply here, you had it. So your y's are 15. Okay, so that's the gameplay. So $15 for gameplay. Now to find the software package, use the top equation. 1x plus 3y equals 65. So put your answer for y. Remember that's 3 times 15, which is 45. So 1x plus 45. That's 20. Now divide by 1, you still get 20. So 20. Okay, now you can work on your own or you can keep watching. Okay, solve the system of equations. We have 4x plus number 1. 4x plus 3y equals 14, and we have y equals 2x minus 3. So I'm going to put my answer right there. I have a letter by itself, so I box it, that's my base, and I circle the other side. Write the other one, 4x plus 3y equals 14. Now parenthesize your base, get rid of it, and put 2x minus 3. So you now have 4x plus 3, parentheses 2x minus 3 equals 14. Now I apply the distributive property. 3 times 2x is 6x, and 3 times 3 is 9, so minus 9. And then add the 4x. Now you got to add your x's, okay? So 6 plus 4 is 10. 10x minus the 9 equals 14. Then I add 9, that's 23. Divide by 10, and that's 2.3. Okay, now we solve for y. Use the equation where the y is by itself. Y equals 2x minus 3. So get rid of your x because you already have the answer for that. 2.3. Put a times sign then. To find your answer, you do two operations at the same time. You take 2 times 2.3 minus 3, 1.6. Okay, there it is. 2.3, 1.6. Okay, number 2, we have 5x plus 6y equals 8, and then x equals negative 3y minus 7. So again, I got to find the x and y solution. So I have my base. This time x is the base. That's okay. We're just going to parenthesize x. Then I bring 5x plus 6y equals 8. Now this time x is the base, so we parenthesize x and put negative 3y minus 7. So I got 5 plus 6y equals 8. Then I distribute. So I got negative 15y minus 35 plus 6y. Okay, add your y's together, take negative 15 plus 6, negative 9. Y minus 35. Then you add 35, which is 43, and divide by negative 9. Okay. Just put negative 4.7, okay, or negative 4.8. I don't really care, but that is right. So that's your y answer. Now to get the x, use the one where the x is by itself. X equals negative 3y minus 7. So I put negative 4.8 for the y, and then I times and minus 7. So negative 3 times negative 4.8 minus 7, 7.4. Okay, number 3. 5x minus 6y equals negative 32. 3x plus 6y equals 48. Okay, you can do this now. No substitution, so I have to underline plus or minus. Now it's plus. 5 plus 3 is 8. What's negative 6 plus positive 6? Oh, that's 0, so we want a plus, okay? So that's 8x, and then negative 32 plus 48 is 16. So I divide by 8, and x equals 2. Now to get your y, use your top equation. 5x minus 6y equals negative 32. So get rid of your x and replace it with 2. So that's 5 times 2. Put your negative 6y first, and then 5 times 2 is 10. Then I minus 10. That's negative 42, negative 6y, and then it's dividing. So negative 42 divided by negative 6 is 7. So 2, 7. Okay, number 4. 6x minus 3y equals 15. 7x plus 4y equals 10. Plus or minus, okay? Now 6 plus 7 is 13. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1, so the plus doesn't work. Does minus? Well, 6 minus 7 is negative 1. Negative 3 minus 4, no, so that don't work either. So you need to times 7 and then by 6. So that doesn't work, times. So times, 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 times. So we'll go over here. You now have 42x, 6 times 7. 3 times 7 is 21y. 15 times 7 is 105. Now the bottom, you're going to have 42x. 4 times 6 is 24y. 10 times 6 is 60. Try this again. I guarantee you one of them works. Now if you plus them, 42 plus 42, that's not 0, okay? Now 42 minus 42 is, so we want a minus. So I take negative 21 minus 24. Negative 45y. I take 105 minus 60, I got 45. So divide by negative 45, and y equals negative 1. Okay, now find your x. Use your top equation, 6x minus 3y equals 15. So I have my answer for y. Put that times there. So I have my 6x. What's negative 3 times negative 1? That'd be positive 3. So minus 3. That's 12. Divided by 6. That's 2. So 2 negative 1. Okay, story problems. Number 5. At a concession stand, popcorn cost 50 cents more than pretzels. The concession stand sold 98 bags of popcorn and 48 pretzels. They made $336 total. What's the cost of a bag of popcorn and the cost of a bag of pretzels? So you're finding popcorn, pretzels. Okay, so make your box. So you got together, and the two things you're doing together are popcorn and pretzels. So how many per, put a $sign above per, total. Okay, now together we're making 336. Okay, now find me how non-money numbers. So you got 96 bags of popcorn, 48 pretzels, then add those two, and that's 144. Never put anything in that middle box ever. Okay, the only thing left is 50 cents, but it says more. So popcorn costs 50 cents more, so I put plus 0.50 with popcorn, and I use X here and X here. You don't need Y when you have that more than that plus. So that's 48X. Parenthesize that and distribute. Remember, that means multiply. 96 times x, 96x. 96 times 0.50 is 48. So that's the only equation I need right now. So 96x plus 48 plus 48x equals 336. Now you can solve this equation. You just add your x's. 96 plus 48 is 144, so 144x plus 48 equals 336. Then I minus 48, and that's 288. Divide by 144, and x equals 2. So cross those x's out and put 2. So the pretzels cost $2. The popcorn costs 2 plus 50 cents, which is $2.50. Okay, number 6. A student sells small and large greeting cards. The small cards cost $3, the large cards cost $5. The student sells 25 cards and make a total of $95. How many of each type of card were sold? So large, small. Again, 3 units make that chart. So together, small and large, how many per total? So your money total, the dollar total together is $95. Now find me a number that's not money, 25, but it doesn't say large or small, so that's got to be together. And when I know the together, but I don't know the separate, I put X and Y to represent those. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, cost per. Small cards, they cost $3, large cost $5. So I have an equation up there, and then I'm about to get one down here because I'm going to have 3x and 5y. Okay, make the cross because you need to work with two equations now. So you have x plus y equals 25. 3x plus 5y equals 95. Okay, you got to do the plus or minus. Adding them, that's 4, and that is 6, so plus won't work. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. 1 minus 5, so neither one of them works. We got to times 3 times 1. So we got 3x plus 3y equals 75 on top. The bottom will be 3x because you're just timesing by 1. Then we try this again. Well, plus won't work. 3 plus 3 is 6, but minus works, okay? Then I take 3 minus 5, that's negative 2y. 75 minus 95 is negative 20. Then I divide by negative 2, and that's 10. So the y is 10, so you got 10 large. Now to find the small, 1x plus 1y equals 25. Put the 10 where the y is at, and 1 times 10 is 10. So 1x plus 10. Then I minus 10. 1x equals 15. So I just get 15. Okay, then the last one, number 7. Hopefully I got enough battery for it. A website allows users to download individual songs or entire albums. One person downloads 5 songs in one album and pays a total of $14.94. Another person downloads 3 songs in 2 albums and pays a total of $22.95. How much does it cost to download a song and how much for an album? So I got to find the cost of songs and albums. So again, 3 units means we want to analyze it this way. So together, songs, albums, how many per total? Now you have 2 totals. You got $14.94 and $22.95, so equals 14.94 equals 22.95. Now go up here and find all the non-money numbers. So you got 5 songs, 1 album, but then you got more. You got another person with 3 songs and 2 albums. So I add those 6, add those 5. Now we don't know anything else, so we got to put x's and y's. So 5 times x, 5x, 3x, 1y, 2y, and I have my equations. So 5x plus 1y equals 14.94. 3x plus 2y equals 22.95. Plus or minus, well that's 8 and that's 3, and if you minus them that's 2 and that's negative 1, so we can't do it, so we got a 3 and 5. So 3x times 5 is 15x, 1y times 3 is 3y. Then you got to take your calculator. 14.94 times 3 gives me 44.82. In the bottom, 3x times 5 is 15x plus 10y. 2 times 5 is 10. Then 22.95 times 5 is 114.75. Okay, now do the plus minus. Now plus won't work. 15 plus 15 is 30 and 3 plus 10 is 13. But minus gets rid of these. So I take 3 minus 10, that'd be negative 7. And I take 44.82 minus 114.75, negative 69.93. Now divide by negative 7. And we get $9.99. So that's your albums. So your albums cost $9.99. Now to find the songs, use the top equation. 5x plus 1y equals 14.94. So the y we already have, 9.99. So 1 times 9.99 is 9.99 plus 5x. Or 5x plus. So we minus the 9.99. And when I minus that, it's 4.95. And then I divide by 5. And 4.95 divided by 5 is 0.99. And that's okay, 99 cents.